Good morning, everybody. How's things? It's quite bright and sunny here at the moment at Doncaster, although a little bit of rain on the horizon maybe, but it doesn't matter. We're in here and we've got 5 or 10 minutes just to have a bit of a chill and do some tangling. And today is tile number 3 of our advent, so very exciting. We've done 2 brilliant ones already. So let's see what today brings. This tile is sort of the bottom left of the piece. So we've got to remember, of course, that these are all going to fit together. Although on their own, they can stand alone as a little, 5-10 minute well-being. But remember that the top here is going to be, if I turn it over, the top here too. Let's just check that again. Like there's, I can see the top. And there it is. So I know that whenever I sort of put these together, I'm going to end up with all of them in the correct direction. So if we're ready, let's make a start. So I'm going to sort of split up my space here, and just makes it easier, I think, for us to work out exactly where some of these pieces are and what the shapes, size-wise, and things like that. So there we go. That's our first little bit. Easy done. And of course we can rub that out later, or you can leave that on till the very end when you decide that you're going to, remove all the bits and pieces anyway and go from there. So okay, let's make a start. And I think I'm going to come in with I'm going to come straight in with a pen, I think, this morning, and I'm going to work in this bottom area just for a moment and sort of, let's have a look. I'm going to split this actually. Oh, morning, Sue. It's going to split this in 4 as well. Okay, let's just focus in on that a little bit. Looks like we're up today. Oh, it doesn't want to let me zoom in anymore. There we go. Morning, everybody. Okay, so I'll put a little cross in this one here, because what I want to do is I'm going to sort of imagine where this is going, and I want it a little bit of an angle. It's going to sort of sit here. Okay. So without giving measurements, because we don't need to worry about that, you can sort of see where that's sitting. Okay, morning, Lynn. Hope you're feeling a bit better this morning. So that's that bit done. We'll come back to that in a short while. And I want to sort of focus in this top corner here. So again, let's start with a little bit of a curve here. So it's only going to take up about sort of half the space there. All right. And then the next one, it's going to come out a little bit more. And it's going to go just slightly over the line. And then this next one, I'm just going to use a pencil for this one. Let's imagine it's sort of about here, so just shy of that centre line there. And it's going to touch here at the bottom. So I'm just going to turn that round and put that line in. See, with a pencil, because we're going to make a few amendments to that. Okay. So this first one here, I'm going to ignore this one, but I'm going to work on this one here. And I'm going to put in some lines sort of equalish distance apart, like so. And then along we go. I'm going to put in these little sort of petal shapes. Morning, good morning, hope you're okay. I thought I'd get us up early today and do one. Let's see who's out and about. Must admit, I have had a bit of a lie-in this morning. John sort of let me lie there for a little bit, so I've not been up long myself. Working on a few bits of drawings last night and things, and of course we've got classes next week, so I'll work for that. I actually spent a little bit of time yesterday. I've been making a quilt for my living room, and I actually finished the quilting section of it yesterday, so I'm a little bit relieved. I've been taking my time and enjoying it, but I'm a little bit relieved it's done, because it's quite big and it's not off, it doesn't half pull your arms around a bit, does it, trying to get it under a machine to quilt it? But it's looking fabulous, so I don't mind. Okay, so there's that little bit. So I'm just going to come back in with pencil, because here I want to sort of split my space again, but we want to sort of use that line as a bit of a guide. Doesn't matter so much how many of these we get in. So I want to leave a little bit of an edge there, okay? And I'm going to choose this let's go with the smallest first. So this one here, I'm going to have a little bit of just a bit of a line in. There we go. Okay. So then this one's going to come up and over slightly. We've done a few of these now, so we sort of get the idea. And if I sort of give you different ways and how you can draw it, you can work out which is the best way for you. You see? And then of course the last one. So we've got that going all the way around. Right, so let's draw this in now. So I'm going to come in and do these shapes first. It's quite an intriguing shape this, isn't it? We've been using it for quite a lot. Good morning, Lizzie and Jill. Oh, Sue. I know what you mean. We start these things, don't we? And you just think it's going to be fabulous. And it, you know, it will be when it's done, but you've just got to then follow it through. I actually brought my quilt as a kit during in the Festival of Quilts. I just swapped out one of the colour fabrics there. I wanted to put a hot pink in instead because it's all blues, you know, to sort of go with my living room. There you go, look at that, how lovely is that? And of course within this we've got a familiar pattern now. I'm going to put a line, you see, and then I'm going to put another one in here. This one I can get, I'm not sure how wide it's going to be, so I'm probably going to leave that one. Or you could always sort of come in and pencil it in so you know it's got to happen. Although beware, I'm going to have to rub a few lines out. And we know it's going to sort of extend into the next one. But as we know, these tiles are you know, sort of in their own right, a little project. So I know, so tangling does start to come through, doesn't it? I want to do a quilt that's got tangling on it, and then I can mix the two together. So it's a little bit of a hint of what may be to come. Okay, so this is this section here. I want to sort of have a look now at this bit. So I'm going to come back in with pencil. And what I want to do, I'm going to imagine quite a large curve. So let's have a look where this is going to start and finish. So there's halfway. Come over halfway there. And then looking at my section here, imagine there's a little square there. It's going to be there. So let's join that line in. Okay. And I'm going to have a smaller one, sort of, just sort of following it on the inside there. Okay. So let's have a look at this bit. I'm just going to turn it to its side because what I'd like to do is put just a little curve there, not all the way to the end, just a little curve in. That's obviously something that's to come later on. And then here, again, let's start with putting some little lines in here. I want a definite one there. That's okay there, there. And then here, we can have another sort of line. That sort of gets me to where I need to be with that. So here we go. I'm going to start in the middle here. I'm going to put that little line in. Okay. Just go in a little bit bigger so you can see it. And what I want to do is create a curve. You see? I'm going to bring that down. It's going to come to a point. Come back up. So it's got that little shape in there. And then just slightly lower. Slightly lower. See, so it's got that little shape in. And then at the top here, from this one, I want to come up and out. So again, I think we know this little pattern now. It's becoming a bit of a repetition type of piece. I wanted that one there. You see, then it comes down. You're going to get a little bit there maybe. And this one, it's going to come to about, I don't know, here. And there. Alright, so we're getting that design in there. Now, of course, do this in pencil first if you feel you need to. There's no problem with that at all. Okay, I'm going to rub out those little lines now, I think. We don't need those, so you can get a clear picture of what we're doing there. So I'm just going to leave that one in and pencil down there. And I've still got my lines in. I'll get rid of those before I shade it. Okay, let's have a little look at that. So you've got something that looks a bit like that. So what I want to do now is I'm going to come round and do an aura, just sort of around all of this shape here. Not too wide, keep it narrow. And I'm going to go all the way around the piece, just following the shape that I've got there, like that. Okay. So then it comes to this little shape here, that's square we started with, or rectangle, or sort of shape. I'm going to follow the lines. I'm going to create a line, extending it out to there. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. So if I turn it round and extend it all the way out till I can't go any more. Same with this line. So way out until it touches there. And then the same on this one. All the way out until it touches. And then following those lines again, let's do a little parallel. I'm not going to go too wide. One there. One there. Let's turn that round. And along here. And then turning it round again. And along here. Now if you want to, this little space here, you could add a little motif. You could add a little bit of holly or something if you want to make it more Christmassy. So entirely up to you. So let's have a look at this space here. Now yours is going to be a little bit different here, depending on what it is that you've done and how far across you've brought this. So it's going to sort of be a little bit different, but we're going to have a similar sort of idea. See, I've got a little bubble there, and then I'm going to aura that bubble. Okay. And then I'm going to continue to aura this bubble to make it a little bit more interesting. See, it's going to start to wander along the piece. Now as I get a little bit further up here, I'm going to sort of aura that, but then I'm going to aura that bit as well. You see? And then continue to follow that shape. Now again, I would suggest doing this in pen because you don't want to come back and have to fill all of this in pencil later. You can pick up these lines if you need to, so it's not a problem. And of course this edge is the finishing edge, so it's not going to sort of bother there, but just up this bit maybe. So oh, good morning everybody. This is nice. It's nice to do a Saturday, isn't it? Because some people that can't watch in the week get a chance to watch it live. Although it's going to be there, we're not going to get rid of these in any way. So, okay, I think I'm going to put a little, if you can, just a little piece of something in there. And then let's aura these little shapes. Even that one there, look, it's, I forget, this bit's going to be right on the edge, so you don't have to match those bits up later. Unless you want to extend it, which you can do once you've got the main image there. There we go, see, I'm going this way now because I don't want to start a draw on my board. Oh, it's coming off. There it is, see? Alright. Oh, we've not even got our tree out of the loft yet. Might do that tomorrow. Although we've got a nice loft ladder that we can get up and down, so it's not a tricky job. There we go. And again, I'm going to aura this shape. just sort of working it around. Of course, the tangles that I use here, you're more than welcome to change them up if you want to and do your own thing. So now this bit's going to extend into the next tile below. So what I'm going to do, just to remind me, I'm going to put in the first bubble, but then I'm going to leave it because I don't know where this is going to go. So I think what I'll do is I'll put that in when I've got that next tile in place. So there's a sort of starting point. So let's bring my pencil in. There we go. Let's get some shading in on this. Okay. Morning, Chris. Viv's struggling with a tree by the sounds of it, so it should be interesting. That's not too bad. I'll say I had two, but I don't think I've got space for two. Okay, now this one, if you remember, we were actually doing, I just want to look at which ones. I'm going to just do 1, 2 sides. There you go. And of course you can shade it all afterwards, but I'm showing you where I would shade it now, just in case you want to shade it as you go. And you could do a couple of versions of this. They don't take long to do they? So you could change it up. Now you notice I haven't put that pattern in there. That's a little bit different, that one. Now here, because this is sort of in the middle, I'm going to shade the other side of it. Let's put it down there. Same with this one, look. And then we can shade over the top of this bit. And then here, I'm going to go along those lines. So I'm on those bubbles, even here. A little bit over there. And I'm looking at this one as well. I think, you know what? I'm going to add a little bit down each side. There's a yes, these are the mini tiles. These are the tiny ones, 5 centimetres square. But honestly, you can do this in whatever size you want to do. If you want to use the regular tiles, that's fine. If you want to go macro, wow, that would be good. It's entirely up to you. We don't want to sort of use an hour a day doing this. We just want to do, 10 minutes. So a small one is probably the better option, but you can do what you like, honestly. It's absolutely fine. Okay. Can you believe we're on number 3 already? That's gone quick, hasn't it? And then of course there's quite an event next week, isn't there, with a 3 and number 300 in our tiles. I can remember actually 2 years ago now, we put extra tiles in during this sort of last few weeks, or the last week of December, so we could get tile 100 done on New Year's Eve. Who would have thought at that time, doing that tile 100, we'd still be doing them, getting to tile 300, 2 a week. It's an achievement for everybody, all of you that have followed them, even if you've done the odd one, the fact that you're still following, what an achievement we've done. So proud of everybody. Okay, I'm just sort of softening these areas out. See, now this middle bit, what am I going to do with that now? Say you could put a little bit of Christmas in there. Well, see this one here, it doesn't seem to have any shading, so let's add a little bit at the bottom, just a touch at the top. There you go. Right. Now, even if you're a little bit unsure about doing these, you think, oh, it's a bit too much, do it all in pencil, and then when it gets put together, you can go back over it with a pen, so you're getting the image. It's just about having a bit of fun. It doesn't have to be the same. It's not going to be the same. We know that. So just enjoy it. So yeah, let's have a look at this little square here. So you could put a little bit of holly in there. So remember, we do like the little M shape, if you want to, just to give it a little nod to Christmas. Or you could add a little bubble in there. You could put a little bell in. We did bells yesterday. I think I'm going to stick with the bubble. There you go. And I'm going to fill in those little areas. There you go. And I think I've got a little bit of pencil in there. Let's add that. Now I'm not doing any of the white highlights till the very end. So these would definitely need it, but it's nice to sort of extend and keep the line. Okay. Oh, Sue, perhaps you should go back and do it again, and see what you can do with it this time. So there we go. There's our tile number 3 done. So let's have a look at our little plan as to where it is. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. Here we go. So here we go. Plan. So there's number 1. There was 2. And there, down the bottom, between 17 and 21. So it's going to be a while until we actually connect this. It's going to be number 9 is the first one we connect. So this is my little notebook. So I'm making sure each day I put it in here. So I've got a record of it. I've not got the numbers on. I'm rubbing the numbers out as I go. So that's that one. And of course, there it is. A little bit different. You see, we've got more of those there, but that doesn't matter. So that's where that one will sit. And remember, this is the top. You can just see my little T there, look. And then looking over it, that's where the writing's going the right way. And that's that one. So that would be that. You see, this is a bit smaller because it's in my A4 sketchbook and I can't get 5 centimetres all the way up. Just a little bit short, isn't it? So I've done them, I think these are about 4.5. So it gives me a guide. So that one's going to sit there. So, okay, tile number 3 done for today. So let's have a look. There was number 1, look, which is going to sit up there. There's number 2, which is going to go sort of there and down 1. It's a nice little puzzle. And then look, we've got number 3, which is going to again sit sort of down here somewhere. So yeah, it's coming on. We've got this recurring pattern going on, but who knows? Who knows? Okay, so have fun with this one. Enjoy. If you've not done yesterday's tile or the advent tile from yesterday, you know, let's try and keep up with them, because it's going to really, you know, as it gets busier towards Christmas, you want to make sure that you've got about 5 minutes for yourself. So have fun with it and have a lovely weekend. And I'll catch you tomorrow at some point for tile number 4. Okay, everybody, stay safe, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.